It had been perfect for the dance, but it looked ridiculously out of place in an office reeking of newsprint and ink. "It's a long way from New York City to Arizona," she reminded him. "I just came from the Sedona Arts Center ball. It's a must for anyone in business here." She laughed, and he chuckled along with her, his flint brown eyes reflecting the sense of humor Matt always used to his advantage. Still, it felt great to share a laugh. How long had it been since she'd genuinely laughed? Since Daniel Taylor had died. "Come in, Matt." She tugged on his arm as he walked into the semi-dark reception area. "What are you doing here?"
"I was in the neighborhood,"
he answered as they walked back to her office. "Yeah, right," she said, puzzled about what could possibly have brought him out west. As certainly as her career had eclipsed, Matt's star had risen. He was now publisher of the New York-based news magazine Exposé, a major achievement for a man not yet 35.
"Actually, I came to see you, Kelly."
"Really?" She didn't venture a sideways glance at him. The last thing she wanted Matthew Jensen to see was her cubbyhole of an office. Her official title was editor-in-chief, but in reality she did whatever it took to get the bi-weekly on the stands, from selling ad space to writing copy to billing. It was a long, long way from the city desk she'd once shared with Matt.
"Not only did I come all this way just to see you, I've been driving around until you showed up,"
Matt told her, and she almost smiled, knowing how much he hated to be kept waiting. "Well, you found me, and this is where I work." She waved her hand at the small room that had been her grandfather's office for over 50 years. A Timex clock beside an Arizona state flag dominated one wall, while the other walls were covered with plaques and photographs, a tribute to Pop's status as a community leader. When she'd taken over his job, she hadn't had the heart to change anything. Matt smiled, or tried to, and glanced down at the computer mock-up of the next issue that was on her desk.
"Liberating chickens? Is that for real?"
She sat on the edge of her desk, one leg slightly hitched up, blocking his view of what had to be the most asinine article she'd ever written. "What can I say? The Society to Liberate Chickens is holding a demonstration this Saturday. That's big news in Sedona." Matt sank into the chair opposite her desk, sprawling in a loose-limbed way that was endearingly familiar.
"You don't belong here. I want you back in New York working with me."
His words brought an ache of gratitude, and she managed to smile as she gazed into his dark eyes and saw he was serious. Of all the people to continue to have faith in her, despite her terrible mistake, it would be Matt. "Thanks for your support," she said, justifiably proud of her calm tone. "My grandfather is very ill. I can't just walk out on him. Pop needs me to run the paper. Besides..." She let the word hang there. They both knew she'd disgraced herself. Matt might want her, but the owner of the prestigious news magazine would be outraged.
"I have your ticket back to the show, Ace,"
he told her with a smile. The show. New York. The big time. Last year she'd been there, poised at the pinnacle of success, an ace reporter. It had been a long, hard fall, a descent into oblivion symbolized by this small office and a headline about liberating chickens. Matt leaned forward, his elbows resting on his knees, his expression serious.
"All you have to do is write one story. It'll take a little research, that's all."
He smiled as if everything had already been decided.
"Then you return to New York whenever you're ready."
"Sounds tempting," she admitted. "But what's the catch?" He kept smiling, but his head tilted just slightly. Kelly had known Matt since their college days working on the Yale Herald. This wasn't going to be easy, yet Matt would never concede any difficulty. That's how he convinced people to work so hard for him.
"Remember the disappearance of the boy Senator Stanfield adopted?"
"Sure, it happened right here over 25 years ago."